What's going on, guys? As you see, we got the 2006 GSXR 600 in the Honda Gram. We just got done doing a video on this with the oil change, something basic. I want to start with a few how-to videos, get me off my feet. So pretty much what we're going to do is I'm here with my friend Dave to start off. And
want a water?
Yeah. All right, 1 second. So pretty much what we're doing is changing the fuel pump today, and we're gonna attack it together. Pretty much what's happening is what, like pretty much, like he can explain it.
Between like 8 to 12,000 RPM, the bike feels like it's falling right in front of its face. It's not getting that fuel delivery like it needs to get as much power for a 600. It feels like a 500 when you're revving on it. If we start it up real quick, you'll see the bike tends to bog down a little bit, and it's really choppy, like it's got a cam in it.
Like pretty much like you'll be at like 7 RPM, you gun it, and it's like, and then okay. Wait, where'd that power come from? But 90% of that power is missing too. So this is like the first symptom. I don't want to be too annoying for my neighbors, but we're gonna turn the bike on, and you can hear it. I'm gonna give it like a good amount of gas. It just doesn't want to do much. Hold on. Right there. See how it wants to shut off? Now it's not at its wrap. This thing runs rich. It's on a warm off here too. So Dave, give it some gas. See how it shuts off? That's pretty much starving for fuel. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do 3 things pretty much. We're gonna drain the fuel, we're gonna take it apart, redo the fuel pump, and I don't really need to show you putting it back together, but we're gonna do like a quick snippet of throwing it back together for you, just be at the end.
If your bike's got these same problems, it's most likely the fuel pump or a dirty fuel filter.
So yeah, so we'll dive into it?
Yep.
Alright guys, first thing we're gonna do is take the key and we're gonna drain the gas tank. We do have a siphon, throw that in there in the corner. So pretty much we're gonna do is put it in there and we're gonna drain it. And once it starts draining, give it a few squeezes. So now it's draining, as you see, it's in a good flow. Once this drains, we're gonna come right back to taking the bike apart and getting there for you guys. Bye. Hey guys, so the next step is taking the seat off and these side fenders. Let me show you. So these things right here. So Dave's taking that set off. So you're gonna take the bolt right here off and then the other side. There's one there and one here, obviously vice versa. So we're gonna take these off, then we're gonna pop the seat off and we'll show you there. All right, now that both sides are done, we're gonna pop the seat off, right? So the seat comes right off after those are off. Guys, next, make sure you check the fuse box. So what you do here, Dave, show them here, back up. So to take these off, all you do is pull towards your back wheel. And they slide off. See these clips? They just slide in there. So when you put it back on, slide this way. Pretty simple. Same thing on the other side. Grab it right here and just slowly tug and they come right off. Next thing you're gonna wanna do, you're gonna remove this bolt. It's pretty much a 10mm. From what I see here, I possibly see a washer. Yeah, so there's a washer. Make sure you don't leave that back. Put this aside. So now that that's off, we're gonna lift the tank. So this is where your air box is gonna be, but here's the fuel pump we're gonna be changing. So pretty much before we disconnect this screw or Allen down here, it's almost like a rotator. So once you remove that, the gas tank will come off. But before you take the gas tank off, I recommend, get under here, removing the gas lines first and the wires and then this clip here. And then once that's off, we'll remove the tank and we'll get there in a minute. We're under here, first thing you're gonna do is we're gonna remove these lines and then we're gonna immediately jump into this. But the first thing you should do is take off this blue or black clip for your electrical. You should do that first. So we're gonna unsnap it. All right, so now that's unsnapped, just set it aside. Guys, be careful with this because you bend this or crack it, and you're done. You gotta get a new one. Plus, I wanna just work with what we got. So pretty much what we're gonna do is gently squeeze these pins and pull. Make sure you have no gas in the tank because this will run. You can see a little gas coming on me. We're gonna set this aside. And we're gonna remove these. All right. So we're gonna grab this rag. We'll lower down the gas tank. And you wanna lower the gas tank when you do this because if you don't, the bolt has pressure on it. Guys, you're gonna get this bolt right here. Now there's 2 of them that looks like you're missing something here. It's this little one with the Allen. All right. We're gonna get this out. long ass bolt here. So once this disconnects and there's no pressure, see, it's just a little thread. They're smart. So we're gonna set that aside. And now that that's off, the gas tank will disconnect. Guys, we're gonna lift the gas tank together. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Alright. I'll put it upside down. So guys, we're gonna put this gas tank aside. So now that the gas tank's off, we're gonna put it down over there. So guys, pretty basic so far, right? Got my rag because there was gas slipping. So yeah. So now we're gonna come over here, and this is where we're gonna disconnect it all. So pretty much, it's 1, 2, I think it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts, whatever you wanna call them. Guys, it's the same Allen wrench all the way through, or bolt size, whatever you wanna do. So we're gonna disconnect those, take it apart. All right, guys, make sure you hold the top of your ratchet when you do these. These are tight. You don't want to strip these out, let me tell you. So we're going to quickly loosen these up. All right, now that those are loose, we're going to take our twister. You know, this is how you get shit done here. All right, guys. So now that that's off, be careful. We're going to slowly lift this. But there's a trick to pulling this out. So we're going to get a better shot and we're gonna pull it out a certain way. All right, guys, so when you pull this out, be careful. I had to move the camera because there's a filter that tucks in this way, so you want to pull up and out. Just see how you want to yank it up. See that? So there's that wire. Sorry, I was mistaken. That thing will get in the way. So when you put it back in, make sure that thing's down, okay? Because if you don't put this in correctly, it's not gonna read your gas levels. So that's how you pull it out. When you put it back in, same thing. All right, guys, so you're gonna see your fuel pump. Pretty much what we're gonna be working with are these 2 nuts up here. And then if you spin it a little bit, you're gonna have a lower one where it slides out of with a screw. And then if you spin it a little bit more, there's gonna be a longer slide with this screw. Make sure you have the right Phillips head. Make sure it fits nice and deep, because if it doesn't fit deep, you're gonna strip your screw. You don't wanna do that. So, we're gonna loosen these up, and when you loosen these up, if you look closely, this one's a little loose already. See that little gasket, whatever you call it? What do they call it? Whatever. Bracket, whatever. Make sure these come off with it, and make sure those are on, or you're never gonna have stable current, all right? So make sure those go on so you have something to screw into also, obviously. So what we're gonna do is take our screwdriver and remove these. And guys, remember, black is on the left, red is on the white. In this case, on these ones, this is black. And this is the shorter one. So what we're gonna do is unscrew this. Guys, once this comes off, you'll see what's next. So we're gonna remove that. If you look closely, those, make sure you got these. So I'm gonna set this aside with its screw. Then if you look a little closer, we're gonna spin it to the big side. And then take that off. Same thing. Make sure you hold these brackets when you're unloosening them tight. They're just gonna spin. Seems a little overdone. All right, so we got both screws and both brackets. So 2 screws, 2 brackets. Guys, what's which? The lowest black line here is gonna go to the highest spot, which is the shortest side. And then the black line that starts here is gonna go to the higher slot. So the higher is with the lower, and the lower is with the higher. So we're gonna snag this line out of the way, and this one. So now we're gonna take a little wrench, I'm gonna get one in a minute, and we're gonna take these off. I'm not gonna go get my wrench, I got these right here. So we're just gonna loosen them with these. All you really need to do is just loosen them. So once those are loose, you can just finish the rest with hand. Every fuel pump is different, I've seen it. So guys, so yeah, pretty much, they gave me star washers, so I'm probably gonna use them. All right. So once that's done, remember, black, red. All right, so now we can finish pulling these apart. All right, so we're disconnected, perfect. Now we're gonna set that to the side. We're gonna go from here Guys, these are great. It's way more output.
If you have an upgraded bike and you want to plan on running a tune on it, suggest going with Chemzo fuel systems. You can write 87.
The numbers right on it that they can get it from too.
You can write 87, 93, and E85 if you plan on upgrading and tuning your bike later on.
Good,
perfect fuel pump for a 2006 GSXR 600.
All right. So, anyways, all right. So I'm gonna do this with my nail because it's easier. So you take those 2 clips, right, and you pop that off. A lot of gas, and then this is gonna come off. All right, guys. So then there's this tab. You're gonna take it off there. I just clipped it, and that's what holds your filter in, kinda. So that's gonna go there. Next, to fill a filter, you're just gonna fuel pump. My bad. So you're gonna disconnect that line, and then pull your fuel pump out. All right, we're gonna set that to the side. Over here, we're gonna start putting it back together, and how to put it right back. So yeah, here we go. So we're gonna take our new Chemzo. How do you say it?
Chemzo.
All right, so we're gonna take that. We're gonna put that on, guys. Make sure the arrow part is facing your wire harness. Sorry, if it doesn't, if you know it's the wrong way, it doesn't fit evenly. Right there is where it should be. So in my case, I was confused at first because it comes with one of these, and I'm like, wait, why is it sliding so far out? So what I wasn't thinking is this rubber piece goes in there, and I didn't have my rubber piece. Make sure you have a rubber piece in there. If you don't, then I do it this way. You see it? In there. All right. So what we're gonna do is we take that, we put it on, then we're gonna put this over it until you go all the way down.
Make sure you put that rubber bushing on there so it's got a firm connection.
And usually you guys won't have to put that rubber on there. It's gonna be stuck in there already. But in my case, I'm gonna put a new one in there. So this is how I do it. So if you look close, see how there's two valleys? There's the filter and then the plastic. This black piece should match the end of this steel part. So ready? 1, 2, and then don't click 3. Make sure you take your wire harness and plug that in before you click 3. All right, 3.
All right, that connector's in.
See how the black lines up to that? You don't want it farther than that, okay? So now that that's in there, I'm gonna go ahead and you're gonna take your 2 pieces. Remember, this is for the long side, that's for the short. So we're gonna line that up. That's pretty simple. Actually, I forgot. You gotta put this back on. So we're gonna put this clip back on real quick. So right there, be careful with this, but definitely be careful with the one up top because they're very, very low and you don't want to replace it. So now that that's in place, see how the wires are kind of just staying where they go? So we're chilling. And then we're gonna take the fuel filter.
Which wasn't on before.
Which wasn't even on before. Huh. All right, so this is gonna go on first before that rubber gasket. So you're gonna take your filter, be careful. Oh, this is tight. Guys, so after you put the filter on, obviously the filter goes in that little hole there. And then you're gonna take your gasket and put it over. Make sure this is on. Okay, so now it's on. Interesting, I feel like that's gonna come off. I got it down more.
Yeah, put that on.
My bad. Okay, guys, so I forgot there's a clip. So once that's in there pretty good, you clip those down, so. All right, that will work. All right, so now that's in. What we're gonna do is, see how everything's kind of lined up again? You're gonna take this, take your long side, make sure this fits in there first.
Come a little closer forward.
All right, so it goes like that. These things slide up. All right, make sure this rubber seal is good. That doesn't look too good. So, all right, so yeah, once you slide these in, make sure it goes all the way in. Right there, it's all the way in. Okay, guys? So next thing is we're gonna connect the top 2 nuts again. So it goes wire, washer, nut. Then we're gonna put the red one on. All right, now we're gonna tighten these down real fast for y'all. I'll take a wrench and snug these. All right, guys, so now we got those on, like I said, I just put this one on so I can explain it better. You're gonna take where the bars slide in, you're gonna tighten that screw down, then you're gonna go to the other side, see? And this is the longer slide. This goes first, remember. Once that's in, then that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put this through. I'm gonna have Dave help me here. Dave's gonna screw that in now. All right. Now we're gonna finish tightening this side. I didn't go full. Tight. All right. Guys, don't over tighten those. All right, guys, so now the harness is pretty much done. So pretty much this is ready to go back in. All right, so we're gonna replace this right here. That. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Now throw that girl in. Now we got a fresh gasket. All right, guys, remember when we put this in? It came out like this. So we're gonna put that in. And then you're gonna have to twist it a little bit until it works its way in. All right, so now we're gonna start with putting one of these in. Guys, you don't wanna do them all the way. You wanna do one side at a time, since it's really weird putting it together. So once you feel it snugging down on that washer, switch to the next screw, which will even it out. Remember, just enough that you can pull it down, just a little bit. Guys, if they're going in sideways, it's not even, stop and restart. See, like if I was putting that last screw in and it was going in, like, why is it not going in? It's not even. So, once I feel like they're tight enough, so we're gonna go around one time. All right, that hurts my wrist. That hurts. You'll know. That hurts, I just cracked it, you hear it? Ah. All right. Take your ratchet. We're gonna do the 2-turn. So we're gonna turn until it makes a little squeeze noise. Don't think you're strong tightening these down. I don't think they'll strip, but you'll ruin the tank. You might strip the threads. So once that's on, pretty much, we're gonna reverse play like we took the bike apart. So we're gonna switch the camera right over. All right, guys, so we're gonna put the tank back in. Make sure it all lines up. So pretty much just this screw here. So we're going to tighten this down. Ratchet if you're not strong enough. Alright, so now that this can flip up, we're going to mess this up. We're going to connect those two gas lines. We're going to connect those two lines that went to the gas tank here, originally, obviously. So let's move you in. So this is going to go here. This one's gonna go here. Guys, these are like airlines. It's a bigger bike you're gonna use too. So keep these over to the left. Let these drain down almost to the outside of your bike. Dave, can you get in here close? So we're gonna snip this gas line in. I just did it for you so we don't have to take up so much time. Those go in, then you're gonna take your electrical. Make sure it's under that line so you're not getting cross lines. All right, so that's pretty much it. You can see this fell off. We're gonna put that back in. Want that. So that's in, those are in. All right, guys, so now we can pretty much put the bike down and see if it works. We're gonna lower this down. We're gonna put the bolt back up on there, right here, and that's pretty much it. All right, guys, so now we're just gonna put this finishing touches here. All right. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it right now. We're gonna finish, he's gonna put the camera aside, we're gonna put these things back together, then we're gonna do a startup and see if it works. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah. So how did that work?
Yeah.
All right. So pretty much that's how you change a fuel pump on a GSXR. So pretty much I'm gonna have Dave turn on the bike and show you how it runs versus how we started this video off.
We already primed that pump about 3-4 times, but that's what you want to do as soon as you start the bike for the first time after replacing that fuel pump. Prime it a few times, get that fuel in the system. We already did that, so we're just going to start it up real quick.
Make sure it's 5 times.
The bike's already warmed up too, so there we go. No choppiness, sounds perfect.
And then you'll see the throttle response. It used to shut off and bog down.
Immediate throttle response.
But guys, you guys gotta realize when I start, mine's gonna start a little higher because we are more Mafia flashed. So pretty much I have an exhaust with the flash, it's gonna run higher, richer, and everything. So I recommend the flash, you're gonna jump into your red line, it's made for that pretty much with this flash. Recommend getting a more Mafia flash.
Sick pops and bangs.
Shout out to Chris. You could get it on eBay, or you could just contact him directly at moremafia.com, or go to his YouTube channel, More Mafia. Shout out to him. Till next time, we're gonna show you probably putting the NGK spark plugs in. Thank you. So, till next time, we'll see ya.
Wait a minute!
Oh my God! Got a little visitor. Oh, here they come. There you go.